All right, hello and welcome everyone to the Thursday Multi-Class League here at Trackalicious. It's going to be here at Donington Park. We have both GT3s and GT4s on the field tonight. It's going to be round 6. Jose, welcome. There are no cookies here, unfortunately. Hope everyone's having a great night. We can get into this a little bit here. Currently, we're just in free practice. 3 minutes remaining. No cookies. No one said anything about cookies. Who said anything? I never... Did Eric promise cookies? It's not the first time he's promised something and gone again. No, not really. But... welcome, everyone. There isn't a Thursday night GT4 race. There's a Thursday night GT4 and GT3 race. So you get the best of both worlds here on a Thursday. Enzo, welcome. And in fact, we can see here, as I have put together... well, we have a nice little spin on track there, but while we're waiting, we can take a look here at the overall standings. Gonna be lurking. Got it, Jose. So we can see here the overall standings for both Split 1 and Split 2. Split 1 on the left, Split 2 on the right. You can see who is leading currently. Ali Raza leading the field on Split 1. 1 is going to be leading, or in second position, Andreas in third. Eric Miller going to be leading that Split 2. Gonna have Jason Provolone in second, trailing not too far behind at all. And then Justin Beachley down in third. We can take a look at last week's race. That was at Coda. We can see... Wait, did I do that right? Hold on. I don't know if I did that right. Any Maseratis? Good question. Good question. There are. Afonso. There's one Maserati on the grid. Okay, I need to... I may have messed this up a little bit. Not like at all, really. But yes, I did. Okay. We'll ignore that. I did mess that up. That's fine. So anyways, we also have new feature. Look at this. We got upcoming races for all leagues here. Some more information about all upcoming events here for the Trackalicious in the near future. At least for the main leagues, that is. There's still other events on our sim grid. Make sure to check that out. I guess I also forgot to announce I'm Mike Nause here tonight. Hope everyone is having a great night. And get a little bit of Maserati action here before we go into qualifying. Where I don't remember who's going out first. I did just hear that and should know, but I don't. It's all right. The Enduro League. Oh, man. That's going to be fun. The 6 hour here coming up on Sunday. This Sunday, or is it next Sunday? Another thing I did know. It's just once, you know, once you need to know it, the information's gone. It's going to be, I think, next. No, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. We wait here to get into the qualifying session. Currently, 30 cars on track. Maybe see a couple more by the end of qualifying. Camera is going absolutely crazy. There's no idea what it's doing. Oh my goodness, camera. Chill. It looks like the GT3s are going to be going out first. Of course they are. That makes the most sense, now that I think about it. But this actually has a pretty good camera angle to see the cars coming out of the pits. You can see all these lovely liveries that people have put some work into. The Monday League is really fun. That is, the Monday League has been the biggest success for Trackalicious, I feel like, recently. And it has had amazing racing from all elements and every single driver, even the newest of the new drivers in that field, too. We had a first-time driver, and he did amazing. He stayed out of everyone's way. Is all you can ask for. $18 minutes to go here in qualifying. Not the longest outlap. I think we were seeing 1 minute 12s. I didn't really look. I should have once again, but I didn't. All right, there we go, Crispy. No, Monday Leagues is where it's at. It is incredible, but currently we're on the Thursday Multi-Class League, and we're in a GT3 car here at Donington. A very difficult challenge as we come into T1 here. It's going to be Red Gate going into T2. The crane curves, that back end getting a little bit squirrely on that Porsche. Currently on board with Gabe Carnes as he comes barreling down the hill, getting as close as he can to those bullards without hitting them. Down to third gear, getting that rotation on the car. The front end not quite biting the first time that he wanted right there, but now climbing up the hill as we go into McLean's, I think. Yes, this is. And Copies coming up after that. What a weird corner name. Donington's your home circuit? All right. But now as we come down into the Melbourne hairpin, the weird sticky outy bit on the track here, almost a 90 degree, or 180 degree I should say, corner. Big ol' hairpin. Coming into another hairpin. Come onto the start-finish straight, where Gabe Carnes will be the first one to cross the line to set a time. The lap here of a 129.5. You see 128 here of Jose Guzman coming in that Honda NSX. Car that I expect to do pretty decent here. Moffitt coming in for second position. Other drivers are going to be coming across the line here soon. Let's jump on with Tazaro, see where he is going to end up. Tazaro will be rounding the final corner right now. Come across the line here. And set. Second position. Very nice lap from him indeed. Challenging pole position by 0.3 of a second there, setting a 128.9. 0.3 off the 128.5 there of Jose, and Moffitt not too far off of that either, just 0.09 off of the pace of Tazaro. Moffitt currently not on the most improvement of a lap right now. We'll see towards the end of it. Tazaro though storming up it. We see that Carlos Guzman here currently having a very nice improvement. Currently a 1.5 seconds off of the pole position time, or a second at 1.1 seconds off of it, but he's currently 1.3 seconds up on his time. We'll see it by the end of the lap here as he's getting ready to round the penultimate corner here at Donington. Hop on board. Coming into the very sharp hairpin. Getting that car straightened out, trying to maximize the minimum speed in the corner. And same thing here, you're just setting up as much speed as you can through that apex. Or you can get on the throttle and come across the line here, and this is going to be a challenge for pole position. It is Carlos taking that pole position for right now over Jose. Jose taking a alternative line to the others. All right. Moffitt here, improving quite good on this lap, though. We'll jump back with him in a little bit as we see Gabe Carness here coming into the chicane in the back straight. Well, he'll be rounding the penultimate corner now, coming into the final. So far, a very good lap. He's about a second, almost, well, he's about the same time off that Carlos was when he came across the line. Currently, though, not on as good of a lap as Carlos. And we'll see here as he rounds the final corner. This is going to be a massive improvement. Currently sitting in P9, he will jump up to... He invalidated. Lame. That was a good lap. He'll stay P9. Jason Provolone down here will be rounding the final corner here soon on a decent improvement as well. Oh wow, Moffitt upgraded to a CSL. Is it a CSL Elite? That's really cool. Coming across the line, Jason Provolone does improve a position there, I think. Other drivers gonna be sending it. Oh, the G920. That's what I have. When I do drive, I don't drive that often anymore, but the 920 is lovely. Matthew Haight, the Country Club Racing Porsche, is going to be on a decent lap right now, currently sitting down in P13. Has a bit to improve. We'll hop on board with him here. I'm not sure where the braking points are on this map, but that's not... That looked a little deep, but actually it didn't look too bad. That looks a little deep. I feel like you can carry more speed through that. I'm not sure, though. I need to watch faster people to see it. It's not a faster person. It's a man in a ditch. Carlos Guzman currently fast on his time, and he's actually just rounding the final corner now. Jason Provolone following him. And they're all going to be returning to the pits here. This will be the final lap of the GT3s. As we will see now, the GT4s coming out onto track very soon. They will come out with 10 minutes remaining, I'm pretty sure. Any driver to set a lap time within that, or to start a lap within that, will be all right to do so in the GT3s. Here, who is a good one to ride along with here? Eric Miller in the Lexus, going to be coming across for P8. Kevin Yu on a good improvement as well, although he's got a ways to go on his lap. You did have pole position for about a minute. Currently, though, Moffitt, where did that come from? Moffitt taking that pole position. Love to see it. Carlos Guzman, not quite on an improvement of a lap. Dan Tizarro, though, is. Can he improve enough, though? We'll hop on board. Let's ride along with him for the rest of this lap. Currently about even with his previous Delta. The BMW getting a little out of shape as we come steaming down the back straight here. Getting ready to go into heavy braking into the chicane. Down into third gear, riding those curbs very nicely. Using all of the track you can without running onto the grass. Getting onto the curbing a little bit, down into first gear. Onto that throttle very early. Decent rotation, but not going to be enough, I think, to take that pole position. We'll be rounding the final corner now. decent rotation. Very nice final corner, but he does come into the pits. That's probably why it was... had a lot of rotation on it there. Jason Provolone, no longer up on his lap. Currently now in the grass. Alejandro Pulgarin is going to be on his lap. I think he did manage to get across the line before the flag fell. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't see that lap. But a 1:28.0 from Moffitt. It's a stonker of a lap. I don't know where that came from. The Aston Martin, I guess, fairly good on this track. Ooh, a bit rough through the chicane there. That's going to cost him a good bit of time. But now, coming into the last few corners, can he make up enough time? Currently sitting down in P13, Alejandro is. That's a very deep into the corner, but gaining a surprising amount of time from his previous lap. And now coming into the final corner, this is going to make it or break it. He's only a 10th off of Kevin Yu, and not too far off from Eric Miller and the rest. Coming across the line now, it will not be an improvement. Eric Gakassian as well coming across the line to sit in that last position for the GT3s. But now we see the 888 car, Padberg, coming across the line, and actually, I want to ride along with... No, we'll just ride along with Padberg. In that GT4. See what sort of lap times he's got. That Porsche looking very squirrely there in that first sector. Those rear engine cars seem to be wanting to step out. Center of gravity not helpful to that rear engine. But these drivers making it work. Sliding through that sector. As we come up into the hill here. Getting ready to maximize that speed through there as we see a plane briefly flying above. Going in third gear and just using all that track, missing the first apex. That way you can capitalize the speed onto the first straight. Your goal is just to carry all of that speed, especially in these GT4 cars. Extremely momentum based. Now coming into the chicane. Riding those curbs very nicely as well. Getting a bit out of shape on the exit. That will cost him a few tenths, but nothing more than that. Now coming into the penultimate corner. Going to be rounding in second gear. Getting on that throttle nice and early. Up into third. And then fourth. And now coming into the final corner. Down to second. Getting that car rotated nicely on the accelerator. Come across the line. Oh, getting a bit out of shape on the final corner there. But takes pole position for now. He's the only driver that has crossed the line. Other drivers soon to as well, as I ride here with Casey Schutte. We see the drivers. Where are we looking at here? Well, it'll round itself out soon enough. But we see Ali Raza currently on pole position. Why is it not updating? There we go. Find an update. Ali Raza sitting on pole position right now. Just stolen by Quinn Smith. Padberg as well on a stormer of a lap, currently in P3. We see I'm Not Jimmy 5 tenths up on his previous lap. That would be a good improvement if he can manage to hang on to that. We see the 888 Padberg is going to be the one next to finish or cross the line here as he got out of the pits well before anyone else. Currently 3 tenths up on his previous lap. Decent improvement, but now rounding the final corner. Can he manage to keep this under control? Decent rotation. And coming across the line will be a good improvement, but not enough. Ollie Raza, currently sitting about a 10th off of pole position, is going to be coming across the line now to have a massive improvement, beating over Quinn Smith. 135.0 from Ollie Raza, 135.3 from Quinn Smith, and a 135.5 from Padberg currently. What's up, Enzo? Casey Schutte as well coming across the line. Decent improvement, but not enough for a position there. Currently sitting down in P5. Yes, I can.
Hampshire.
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 There we go. It's Hampshire. See, I can pronounce it. No help required. You guys definitely didn't hear the Google Translate in the background there. But luckily, we do live in a modern era where that is possible. Here's someone in the gravel there momentarily. Just, oh, ouch. Hampshire. Man, I already forgot. I thought I pronounced it mostly right last time. There was a couple times that I didn't get it. I know that. Diego Mastachero down here in P26, currently on a decent improvement, but ways to go. Derek Snyder coming across the line. Actually, not quite an improvement there. Ollie Raza still on that pole position, followed up by Quinn Smith. Niall Schleter taking that third position for right now. Unfortunately, I don't have his lovely livery because he needs to upload it correctly because his folder is full of things that should not be there and nothing that should. Not really, but still. Quinn Smith on an improvement as well. Decent ways to go, but we'll stick with Niall Schleter for right now in that Porsche. Coming into the chicane now. Hopefully not getting too held up. I think that's I'm Not Jimmy in front. I'm not sure, though. Can't tell from the livery from here. Yeah, it is. That is I'm Not Jimmy. Very deep into the penultimate corner there. Way too deep, actually. Losing most of his time, in fact. And that's going to be not quite an improvement for him, unfortunately. Quinn Smith, though, up on his time, is going to be coming into the penultimate corner as well. 998 car. Not sure why he's 998, not 999. Oh, because Afonso's 999. That makes sense. And deep into that corner as well. That corner getting the best of these GT4 cars, it seems. It's a very difficult corner. Sort of a double apex, but not really. None of the leaders currently on too much of an improvement right now. Quinn Smith just starting his lap. Will be trying. This will be his last attempt to do so. So hopefully he has got his temperatures and pressures, T's and P's, down into the right position here. Jacob Padberg now going to be coming into the penultimate. I need to stop saying penultimate. Like, it's a good word, but I've said it about 30 times in the span of 2 minutes. But on a very good improvement currently. Sitting a decent ways off pole, but about 8/10, I think, or something like that. And now going to be coming across the line, challenging for that pole position. He will come across the line, not quite, just off of it, 1/10 off of the pace of Ollie Raza there. Ollie Raza on a lap, going to be coming across the line, not to improve though, but doesn't look like he needs to. It looks like, actually, Padberg will have another attempt at this, I should say. But I would imagine he went all out on that last one, using as much tire rubber as he can. We'll see if he can manage to keep that going. Afonso on a decent improvement in that Mazda. We'll see him now coming into the second to last corner. On that accelerator, that lack of traction control showing there. Rear end getting a bit squirrely. Having to break in as straight of a line as possible in that Maserati. Ooh, bit on the curbing on the exit there. Gonna improve a little bit. Not enough for a position, though. Coming across the line will be the checkered flag. Afonso will be sitting in P24. And other drivers, I think only driver yet to really finish their lap is Diego Mastachero. Currently not on an improvement just yet. Still a bit of time to go. Not the greatest exit onto the straight. Didn't quite carry the speed he needed to. Lost about a 10th onto the straight. But coming into the hairpin, or chicane. Of course, Bucknam and Brunner, it's the rivalry. They're there. Sitting down literally thousandths or hundredths away from each other. Let's see if that rivalry can be split. It can't. Mastachero, Diego Mastachero, not quite gonna split their love. Their love too strong for anyone. And it's a night race. Lovely. We can see the conditions here looking great. As we know, I am an expert weatherman, so conditions are looking quite dry though this time. Don't jinx it, Panic. I haven't said anything yet for a reason, so we'll hope that that reigns true. It's very dark. Man, they didn't put any lights on this grid. There's like no good angles of the liveries. I'll wait for them to get started up. How about that? It's gonna rain. Yeah, it's gonna... Looks like it will be sunny. But I guess we can do a quick grid rundown. We see Justin Moffat starting on that pole position in with a lap out of nowhere. Were his words, not mine. And in that 223 Aston Martin, very nice lap indeed. Carlos Guzman sitting in that second position, beating out Dan Tizarro for third position there. And we have Daniel Versosa taking fourth, very nice lap. Jose Guzman losing, he was on pole position for about a second, and now in P5. Got Adam Del Buick down in P6. Jason Provolone in P7, Ricardo Sapien in P8, Matthew Haight in P9, Eric Miller in P10, Tanner Masters in P11, Kevin Yu in P12, Alejandro Pulgarin, can't even see the liveries. In P13, Gabe Carnes in P14, Reggie King in P15, Eric Gakassian bringing up the back of the grid for the GT3 field. Ollie Raz is sitting in P17, pole position for the GT4s. Padberg is going to be bringing up that second position in the 888 Porsche. Quinn Smith in third position for that P19 overall. Now Schlieder behind him for P20. I'm Not Jimmy, P21. Casey Schutte for P22. Borio. That's Alsana? Yes. Alsana Borio. Bioro. Okay, Alsana Bioro. And we have light now coming onto the grid. We have the Maserati of Afonso in P24 blocked by the BMW sign. Then we have Ross Fallon, P25. Jake Bucknam in P26. Will Brunner lining up next to his love rival in P27. Diego Mastachero in P28. Professor Canotis, P29. Jarek Snyder in P30. And then we have Anthony Macho Camacho joining a little bit late, but bringing up the back of the grid in that AMG, has a bit of work to do. We do see a penalty from Will Brunner, 15 seconds And I think there's one more penalty to be served. I'm not sure they are in the server currently. Yeah. There are a lot of names, and most of them will probably be pronounced incorrectly. You can incorrectly pronounce things, but I often don't do that either. So, we'll do our best here. It's a very dark track. Absolutely no light whatsoever. Well, from the sky, obviously, but from any lampposts, these fans sitting in darkness out in the gravel. Can't even see their own hand in front of their face, nevertheless the cars. Just a bunch of bright lights coming at you. It is just being wrong with extra steps, but it's also being correctly wrong, which has valor? I don't know. There's no honor in thieves. Or something like that. A lot of these drivers here, custom liveries tonight, making a good effort to get all of them, or at least as many of them as I can here. Like I said though, some people need to upload them properly. That's okay. We all make mistakes. We're only human. Drivers getting as much heat as they can into the tire. The track condition's actually quite warm. I think that was 27 degrees track temp, 17 degrees track temp. I lied. It's not that warm. As I said, I'm not a weatherman. So, we have an hour and 15 minutes to go on this clock. Drivers going to be coming across the penultimate corner now, lining up Noah's Ark formation. All the headlights now lighting up the night. We see the drivers getting ready. As this is quite the long start-finish straight. I'm not sure where they start. Quite a few drivers on the grid. As I said, 31 drivers on the grid. All getting ready here as we rumble down the start-finish straight. We're green here. That middle car was absolutely caught sleeping. I think that was Tazaro. No, that wasn't. That was Carlos, I think. Carlos Guzman absolutely caught sleeping. Ricardo saving. There's contact in the front there a little bit. Looks like everyone's okay, though. Managed to make it out decently. Everyone else in the back, side by side, still. We see Alejandro Pulgarin trying to take that of Gabe Carnes, tucking into the inside and securing that position, as well as having a look onto Tanner Masters ahead. Thinks a little bit better of it as he's coming into the windy sector here. But then side by side, we see behind him, Big Padber, we see yellow flag of Jose Guzman. Not sure what happened there. Unfortunately, Afonso is going to be coming out next to him in that GT3, or excuse me, GT4. So he will probably promptly take that position. Looking up the field, more battling as we see Alejandro hunting down Tanner, and Tanner as well, or excuse me, Reggie King hunting down Pulgarin. And we see Jose now getting through the field of the GT4 cars, making his way. Niall Schlieder, making contact. We see the car of Jacob Hadberg going flying, straight lining that chicane, coming back on track. It looks like he will hold that position. And we see there the GT3 car getting through and a bit more contact. Got some bumping and banging going on here. That's all right. Rubbing is racing sometimes. We see side by side as Niall Schlieder is going to get by the car there of Quinn Smith, I think that is. Quinn Smith actually getting kind of swamped here as he almost gets overtaken from Ali Raza as well. The GT4 are awfully rowdy tonight. You are correct. You see Will Brunner here and Alessana Bioro making a little bit of contact. More GT4s rubbing. Bioro is going to be getting that move, though, done. forcing his way by. And I'm not sure that Brunner is going to have that. We'll see if he makes a move back on him here. See, looking up the field, the leaders have kind of, they've made their own thing, but I should say, oh, the leaders here, obviously the leaders are getting overtaken by the GT3 car. But Carlos Guzman is right behind Moffitt. Moffitt losing out as he did start on pole position. Dan Cesaro getting the greatest start there out of the lot, taking that first place, and actually running wide right there was Justin Moffitt. We'll see them go side by side here. Bit of a mistake there from Moffitt. Carlos Guzman's going to try to take the advantage, but outbraking is going to be Moffitt holding that position for now. But I think Carlos smells blood in the water now. We'll jump on board with him. As you can see that he can't see as we come into turn 1 here. The only thing he really can see is the diffuser of that Aston Martin. From that Aston Martin gets out of shape and has a bit of an issue with a back marker, I think that was. Not sure. No, that was just, he just got a little out of shape. And we see Carlos Guzman getting that move done. Let's go back and see that one more time. As we see Carlos Guzman now tailing, and that was just a tank slapper there from the Aston Martin of Justin Moffitt. Very valiant attempt to hold that position, but pushing just a little bit too hard, getting that wheel spin. And there's a yellow flag from Daniel Versosa as he's in the grass. You can go back and see what happened there. Rejoin safely. I think this looks like a self-inflicted mistake. Getting on the curbing, onto the grass, and that curb just, yep, gets a tire on the grass, unsettles the car when he comes back on the track, and loses out to most of the positions there in that GT3 field. Moffitt still chasing down. Oh man, but there's Quinn Smith here going side by side with Ollie Raza and doing a little bit of a switchback maneuver. Lovely maneuver there from Quinn Smith, trying to get that overtake done. He will have to take the long way around coming into the chicane, but he doesn't need to because he gets the overtake done before the turn even starts. That McLaren looking rapid tonight, but on the gravel, tarmac is more grippy than gravel, it turns out, and Ollie Raza blows by him as a result. And now, I don't think Quinn Smith is going to give up, but has a bit of a moment into there as well that might put him under pressure from Afonso behind in that Maserati. We'll hop on board with the Mazda as he has a bit of a look into the final turn, or that might just be his line, taking a more direct line. But listen to that roar of that Maserati. Afonso, the legend, for trying to drive it. We see cars getting off into the gravel just a little bit, blocking the line of sight. Line of sight wasn't already blocked enough by the night sky. That does sound relaxing. Afonso falling off the pace just a little bit. Quinn Smith managing to push with Ollie Raza. I'm Not Jimmy behind, though, is going to be battling with Will Brenner. Will Brenner onto the grass and is going to be round. They make contact, but they both straighten out and they continue battling. Interesting. And that's going to put Will Brenner under threat from Diego Mostochero behind. Diego is not quite going to get that move done just yet. Has the speed, though, coming onto the straight and the slipstream. Will he tuck to the inside last minute? Or will Brenner go defensive? Brenner doesn't go defensive, but also Mostochero doesn't make the attack. Biding his time and waiting just a little bit here. You don't know what Shitoku Revival Project is, Enzo? I'm gonna be honest, I don't either. I have no idea. Cronotis here in a battle for that P30 with Macho Camacho. Anthony Macho Camacho getting by, of course, because he's in a AMG GT3 car. Moffitt still hanging with the big boys up here of Carlos Guzman. Yellow flag again from Ricardo Sapien. This is just not his night tonight. Looks like he was on his own again for this one. And I was going to say, that looked like a repeat of the same mistake, but I don't even... Yeah. He spun. I don't know how. How am I an expert at gaslighting? Oh, Shitoku Revival. Okay, no, I actually do know what that is. Okay, fair enough. I think you're gaslighting me for saying that I'm gaslighting, personally. And I feel attacked. As Will Brenner here was attacking Macho Camacho, but had a bit of an error right there. Further up the field, to see Eric Gakasian here chasing down Gabe Carnes. Gabe Carnes doing a decent job thus far of holding it off, and Provolone as well is going to be hunting down Eric Gakasian. And we see a bit of side-by-side action just for a moment, and Gabe Carnes is off in the barrier. That's going to give everyone an opportunity to get by. I think I was looking at the other screen when that happened. Eric Gakasian is going to benefit from that. And Provolone as well, going to be on the attack now. Will he tuck to the inside? Not just yet. That Lamborghini biding its time behind the BMW. And now coming into the final corner, Eric Gakasian is pulling a little bit of a lead over Provolone, but Provolone is going to get a better exit onto the start-finish straight. This will allow them to go side by side. It looks like we'll see if he can carry that speed. He will have the challenging line to get by, but it is the racing line. Eric Gakasian going to be compromised on the inside. Provolone trying to carry that speed around the long way, using all the track, but staying on it, is now going to come back on the track and still be attacking, but not quite. He lost all that momentum, unfortunately. Casey Schutte, though, down here, is going to be side by side with Afonso. Bit of GT4 action here as we see late braking from Casey Schutte to try to hold that position around the outside. Lovely maneuver. Holds it for right now. Will have the inside line coming in the first corner if he can manage to keep this drag race up. That Maserati, though, rapid so far. It's going to be a very similar situation to what we just saw in the GT3 cars. Maserati is going to hold the ground, though. Casey Schutte, can he manage to get up the inside? He doesn't. He has to tuck behind, and that will be an overtake there from Afonso. That's all right, Enzo. I hope you have a great night and have a great day at work tomorrow. Afonso, yellow flag from him. Del Buick now pressuring Moffitt. Moffitt falling off the pace just a little bit of Ollie Raza. We'll see here as well. I think Alejandro Pulgarin is going to be trying to make a move on to Daniel Versosa. Daniel Versosa so far not driving the most in shape that we've seen from him so far. Had a couple moments off track. Currently under threat from Alejandro Pulgarin, AMG on AMG here in that GT3 field. As this is the mixed. I did miss the Maserati spin out. And you leaving caused the Maserati to spin out. So, oh, contact there. Oh, they're both round. Oh, and there's even more contact. Pulgarin absolutely clobbered there. And his car died, losing that as well. Versosa's round loses a lot of positions, and we saw the Kentucky Fried Chicken car there of not Jason Provolone, of Reggie King getting involved with that as well, but he was sort of just an innocent bystander, didn't really have anywhere to go. Reggie King now under massive threat, though, from Provolone. Provolone, though, not quite going to be getting that move done just yet. Will be holding his ground in the meantime. And the fellows up at the top there, Dan Tesaro leading currently, Carlos Guzman behind, and Justin Moffitt in third position. They are all going to be chilling right now where they're at, all fairly happy and content with their positions. Adam Del Buke right behind them as well in that Country Club Racing Porsche. A very nice race from him indeed. We see Ricardo Sapien, another yellow flag. Looks like he does keep it out of the barrier and is going to rejoin safely. But just not his night tonight. Gibber, welcome. Hope you're having a great night today. We actually see Dan Tesaro now challenging Justin Moffitt. How the heck did this happen? Justin Moffitt getting by. Must have been a bit of an error there. I want to go back and actually see that. We see a move there, so Dan Tesaro caught sleeping a little bit, it looks like, from Justin Moffitt. And Moffitt is going to manage to hold that position for right now. Lovely overtake. Moffitt back in the game. Hunting down Carlos Guzman for that race lead. We also see back here Daniel Versosa battling with Eric. Oh, that is Eric Miller in the Lexus. Ricardo Sapien struggling a little bit tonight. Gabe Carnes behind him as well in the Country Club Racing Porsche. Posture check time. I'm slouching way too much. Sit up straight. Behind that as well, Tanner Masters is going to be making the attack onto Jose Guzman. Jose Guzman struggling for pace tonight. Must have got something wrong with the setup. Still an hour to go. One mandatory pit stop, no pit requirements. Drivers just have to come into the pits, get lifted up, and put back down. Provolone's still on that hunt for Reggie King, but Reggie King doing his absolute best to hold that position right now. As well, Provolone not really wanting to compromise his race position and overly attack. That'd put him in the grips there of Eric Gukasian, who's not far behind at all. And the current leader, Padberg, now is 3 seconds over. I mean, the leaders in these GT4 fields are quite far ahead. We have a nice 3-second gap for Padberg to Ali Raza and a nice 3-second gap. Actually, it's a 1-second gap. My bad. Macho Camacho is going to be pressing on here and trying to attack onto Ali Raza at some point. Looking like that some point will be soon. And Will Brunner, talk about a driver whose night has gone from good to bad. I don't think we saw what made his night go so bad, but currently in a battle with Jarek Snyder at least. So for the last position, the position of shame, Macho Camacho here is going to be making that move onto Ali Raza and making it stick, but stick too much. He actually goes onto the grass, loses that traction, is going to have to try again. It's going to hamper his pace a little bit there. Panic, I'm not sure if that's like a low-key insult. As you're like, yeah, Eric's done a great job of staying on the track. I agree. Eric has done a great job of staying on the track. As he's currently sitting up in P9. I know, I'm just playing. Now, clean driving is the smartest way. Just keeping your nose clean, keeping out of trouble. Let the incidents resolve themselves and don't get involved. We see a Camaro down here. AMG battling with a Camaro for P23 here. Fallon holding their position over Biaro. Wait, no. There's no A. Why did I add an A in that? Bureau? It's just Bureau. Side-by-side action here from Eric Gakassian and Eric Miller. The two Erics coming together a little bit there. And we see behind Jarek Snyder in that AMG getting lapped. Daniel Versosa, yellow flag again. That's very unfortunate. And I now have a co-commentator, Mike Berkhof, in the booth with me if he undeafens at some point. And here he is in a second there we go. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, Mike and Mike in the evening here.
Indeed, Mike and Mike in the evening. We got West Coast and East Coast Mike, but not the actual East Coast Mike. It's the original East Coast Mike. But we'll just end that one there. How's it going, Mike? Mike?
Yeah, I'm with you. I had to actually mute the stream because it was just random how it was going.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Welcome, though. Here, I will share my screen with you so you can see what I'm seeing.
Either way, I can watch the stream or I can watch it via...
Well, this will be a little bit more live.
If I do it through Discord?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Tanner Masters down here is going to be challenging for that position of P13 on the Jose Guzman. Jose Guzman, not a great race tonight, slipping through the cracks. It seems like that Honda not quite doing what he wants it to. His brother, though, maximizing it, sitting in pole position right now, or in first place currently. And I think we saw a little bit of a move there. Carlos Guzman onto Tanner Masters, or Jose Guzman, excuse me. Eric Miller's round facing, or he's stopped. Oh my. Go back and see what happened there. As he's trailing Eric Gakassian, makes a dive bomb onto Eric Gakassian, and it makes contact with the Maserati. That's unfortunate. And you're a little quiet, Mike. Do you think you could,
Yeah, that's easy.
Lovely. That is perfect. Daniel Versosa here now pressuring on Eric Miller as they come through lap traffic. Field very bunched up right now.
There's a really good battle going here. About 8th place here for King, Provolone, Kukassian. There we are. There's a lot of folks bunched up here for points too. It's a good battle here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see it behind that as well. I think, that's the lapped car of Gabe Karnas and Buckman. But Kevin Yu here side by side with Matthew Haight. That Porsche getting the better line down the inside. Matthew Haight holding that off for right now. I think Kevin Yu was attacking there for P5. And now trying to catch that switchback, trying to carry the momentum onto, well, the start-finish straight. It's not quite the start-finish straight. And we'll see if that AMG does have the pace to overtake Matthew Haight here. 54 minutes on the clock. Kevin Yu making a dive here. Gonna have the inside line, late on the brakes, there's contact, bit of shoving, bumping and banging there, Matthew Haight making contact with Kevin Yu, but Kevin Yu sticking through it right now, using that lap traffic to his advantage, and that lap traffic, wow, Casey Schutte could not come in, oh, but it actually could have, as he's off the track, and yields the position. Probably the right thing to do there. But that will compromise him massively there. Given that
I'm with you, Mike, here. I'm still looking at this battle here from Provolone and Gakassian and King here. They're all still at it.
Yes, they are. Side by side here right now. King getting overtaken by Eric Gakassian out. Almost. Eric Koscian making a bit. Wait, no, he did. Who was ahead there?
Provolone is ahead now, so we got King, Provolone, Koscian.
We also see down in P31, Will Brunner, down in last place, has made their pit stop. Not sure that that was an intentional pit stop, or rather a scheduled pit stop.
Yeah, we just have a GT4 here in the way. I was actually looking at the standings here, and this is a little bit so Beachley. I don't see him in this race, but
yeah, we can look at the standings here. Give me a second.
King and Provolone are actually battling for essentially third position here in the standing. So that's a good fight to watch here.
Yeah, you can see the standings now up on your screen. Well, you can't, Mike, but unless you have the stream.
Well, I've got them up, so it's okay.
Oh, perfect. We'll get back into the race. And Eric Miller here, trying to make a move on to Gabe Carness, but has a massive tank slapper. Lovely save, though. I want to go back and see that again. As we see, was there a little bit of contact there? It looks like maybe a little, but at that point, not quite. He just gets a tire on the grass, and wow! See Jose Guzman blowing by there as well. Oh, give me my mouse cursor back.
We see Eric Miller a little bit further back in the pack here, but you know, maybe like last week, he's gonna play a little bit of a long game. We'll see. He's currently leading in Split 2 division, so he may be playing the long game again and just looking for some decent points.
Yeah, I know I just had the standings up, but who was in second place there for Split 2?
Provolone, chasing Provolone.
Okay, yeah, so Provolone currently looking to get some big points tonight, though.
Yep, and actually, I mean, he's in a good spot.
Look from the inside there. I think that's a back marker. Yellow flag from Carlos. What happened? This was our race leader here. As we see Moffitt behind. Carlos getting a bit out of shape, I think. Going onto the grass. The exact same thing that happened to Eric Miller on that previous lap, but Eric Miller managed to keep it under control. Carlos Guzman, unfortunately not. That Honda NSX, very squirrely. And Dan Tizarro takes the race lead then. Justin Moffitt in second place. And we have Adam Delbuke in third. Currently lapping the race leaders, actually, I think, of Padberg. Or, excuse me, the race leaders for the GT4s of Padberg, Ollie Raza, as well as Quinn Smith. And Eric Koscian pressuring now onto Reggie King.
He's right there.
Oh, and wide goes the KFC BMW. We got side-by-side action here. Can Eric Koscian get the better run? He's going to have to take the long way around onto the start-finish straight.
Do it here. He's going to have to try and get a run into the first turn, but really difficult to do that. He's just going to have to settle here for another split or section.
Yellow flag from Adam Delbuke. Looks like might have just been a little bit of an error. Oh, actually, it looks like that was maybe contact, but unfortunately didn't go back far enough to catch that. And I want to see this battle. I think Gabe Carness just got overtaken there officially by Jose Guzman. Yep. Eric Miller trying to get involved with this as well. Gabe Carness doing what he can in using that. Why can I hear myself?
That would probably be me.
Okay. GT4 field settling in quite nicely, actually. A lot of these drivers fairly content where they're at. And actually, yellow flag again from Jose Guzman. This is not his race. See if there's any foul play involved here. Yes, there was foul play with himself. Oh, and then he gets massive contact from the Country Club Racing Porsche there. Not sure which one that was. I think that was Gabe Carnes. Gabe Carnes there. Not coming off too bad. Bonnet not looking fully attached, though. So hopefully not taking too much damage from that. But he keeps going nonetheless. And Jason Provolone is in the polystyrene barriers everywhere. Carlos Guzman. What the heck happened? I think we see yellow flag from Reggie King as well. Oh, no. So Carlos Guzman loses it on his own there. And I don't think I'm going to see what happened to Reggie King because I'm too far back unless I do something like this. Okay, and then I do that. I hope. And this will be, I think, what happened to Reggie King. Maybe. As he goes onto the curbs. And essentially the exact same thing that happened to Eric Miller. That corner getting the best of a lot of these drivers tonight. Daniel Versosa getting caught up a little bit in traffic there from Quentin Smith. Hampers his attack onto Jose Guzman there. Both of these drivers not having the greatest night in terms of their race. Eric Kassian pressuring onto... Oh, and actually we see Carlos Guzman in the pits. That's going to go in. He's going into for repair, as well as getting his pit stop out of the way. His race is still recoverable from here. We also see Gabe Carnes in the pit. No surprises there after taking that damage. As this isn't quite the pit window yet, I would say, for the unofficial pit window. But these drivers... not the worst for them to get their pit stop out of the way now.
Hey, Mike, is that better?
No, you just got a lot quieter. When I said I could hear myself, I meant like it was very little. But I can actually still hear myself, though. Camera angles not being too flattering tonight.
Okay, I'm trying to get this just right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
And can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric Gakasi in here getting by Ollie Raza. I can't now. No, yeah, I can. Oh, you gotta love the sound of that Ginetta driving on the right side of the car. Well, the wrong side of the car. Unfair advantage. Driving a right-sided car at a British track gives you 0.2 a lap speed advantage, actually, in case you didn't know. A little bit of side-by-side action there from the Maserati and the Porsche ahead. Got a good view of that. And I'm Not Jimmy trying to get involved as well. That Maserati struggling. Not sure if he took some damage. Eric Miller here. Jarek Snyder with a stop-go 30. Track limits, I didn't think would be too much of a problem here tonight. But Jarek Snyder already getting a stop-go 30. Still 43 minutes left to go in this race.
Yeah, the track limits can bite you in the third sector chicane if you're not well-versed right there, if you're not practiced.
Bonzo here trying to come back at Guzman. Wait, no. I'm Not Jimmy. Alfonso trying to come back at I'm Not Jimmy. But is going to take the alternate line there, which is not quite going to be the quickest way to go around Donington Park here. Loses a little bit of time there. More up the field. Eric Miller and Eric Gukasian still battling it out. I think we actually just missed an overtake there, Eric Gukasian getting by Eric Miller. But I would imagine these two are going to keep going. Carlos Guzman as well under threat from Anthony Macho Camacho here. Professor Conotis getting involved here in the back marker, or as a back marker. Carlos Guzman has made his stop. Gabe Carnes as well. Currently down in P14, we see another yellow flag there. It's Bucknam. Bucknam and Brunner both are, oh no. They're not even on the same lap. Their love affair is, oh no, I went back for 30 seconds. Oh man, we're gonna miss their love affair. Brunner just murdered Bucknam. Man, how romantic. In fact, I think we can get it now. Oh, well, we see the carnage. I need to figure out how to do replays better. Or at least end them. Yeah, I don't know. We're good. Brunner and Bucknam not even on the same lap, and they still love each other so much that they're willing to come together like that and go out of each other's way to make contact. It's beautiful. You couldn't script it. Anthony Macho Camacho as well has had a little bit of an incident. We'll see here. Carlos Guzman trailing him. Ooh, just very deep. That AMG comes back onto the track fairly safely. The love affair is over. Oh no.
So this kind of stuff is fun for me. So there's about 6, I don't know, what is that, 5 or 6 people have already pit. Anybody that's pit already, they're just looking for fresh tires. So they've gone half fuel, and then you're gonna have this bunch that has gone full fuel and is looking for to make the most of it. And it's kind of you can do either one with 75 minutes. So it's interesting.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Yeah, no, just saying. Like, so we still see Miller and Provolone still on the track, but there's been quite a few GT3s that have already pit. So it's going to be something to watch out for once they do pit. We'll see where they come out.
And the pit is not really the longest pit, but it's not the shortest pit either.
Oh, it's pretty short actually.
Okay.
It's quick in, quick out here, and you come out right in front of the internal.
Oh no, Bucknam! Did he just get murdered again? We see Carlos Guzman flying, and oh no!
Yeah, really easy to go too hot into that corner.
Yeah, overspeed, carrying way too much momentum.
One of the toughest corners in the track.
And Bucknam's night goes from getting murdered from his lover to getting murdered from a GT3 car. So we had some Romeo and Juliet, followed up by the Capigules murdering was that what they were called? I don't remember. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Capajules? I don't know what that is.
I thought that was the family that Juliet was in or something like that. From Romeo and Juliet. I don't know.
Yeah, we can go with that.
I'll just stick to pop culture references. That's probably more of a strong suit than 18th century poetry.
I'm still paying attention to some of these pit stops. We've got almost half and half, not quite. Same thing happening with the GT4 field, where we've got some of the leaders that have not pit yet, and a couple that have.
Drive-through penalty for Matthew Haight. Yellow flag as well from Ricardo Sapien Knight as well. He's facing the wrong way on track. That's never what you want to see. Oh, that looked like he was all on his lonesome when that happened.
I think it's fair to say with the 37 minutes left here that anybody that hasn't pit, they're on a long strategy and they're just looking to go, as far as they can until they end up in some kind of traffic they don't like, or whatever it is. But they're looking to do essentially just fuel, or not even just lift the car up, or just a little bit of fuel. But they're probably not changing tires.
Interesting. Yeah, as we do come down to the closing minutes-ish of this race, closing half.
Yeah, they're closing the last half. So if they don't come in the next 10 minutes or so, they're looking for to get the whole race done on one set of tires, which is doable for 70.
Oh no! Eric Kakasi in there trying to make the move onto Adam Del Buke and gives him a little tap on the rear. Oh boy. Now the two Erics back at it. A lovely sunset orange liveried BMW fighting the blue and black Lexus here.
Yeah, and you would expect Miller to give plenty of space. You would expect him to have the pace to get by Kakassian, but it'd be interesting to see where he decides to try and do it.
Yeah, a bit of a yellow flag there from Kevin Yu, but not too bad. We'll jump back with that here in a second. Actually, we'll stick with that because that's more or less all that's going on. Not sure why Kevin Yu still has a yellow flag. Delbeck. Okay. Del Buke? Oh. Yeah, no, that's fair. It's Delbeck. No, that makes sense. I don't know why I add it. Well, I do know why I add letters. It's because my brain isn't the greatest at that sort of stuff, but that's okay. Delbeck. Delbeck in third position in the Country Club Racing. Definitely not the first and definitely not the last name that I will get wrong. Daniel Versosa here. Trying to make the move on to Eric Miller for that fourth position here. They both still need to make their pit stop, though. Versosa looks like he is going to get by for right now. Versosa, though, making multiple trips to the, well, barrier and the gravel trap this race. It's just Carnes? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. That one I just never was sure on. So, Gabe Carnes and the Country Club Racing Porsche as well. Jose, what the heck's going on, man? Oh my. Yeah, let's just run through the whole roster, and then I'll forget every single one of them by next race. It's just how it goes, unfortunately. Casey Schutte into the pits now. Padberg into the pits. GT4 is coming in for now. See Eric Miller trying to make the move back onto Daniel Versosa. Yeah, there's lots of grass cutting in this race. No surprise, though. This track, not the easiest, and a lot of these drivers, I would imagine, aren't the most experienced on this track. I don't think, I think most of them probably, I don't know, by this point, I think a lot of these drivers, no, I shouldn't say that, because these tracks have been out for a long time at this point, and I think drivers are pretty well practiced on them.
Yeah, Donington's no mystery at this point.
Oh! Almost getting caught up there with the Maserati in that high-speed sector. Luckily not, though. Drive-through penalty from Casey Schutte. Eric Miller not quite with the pace on to Versosa right now. Imagine we might see him come into the pits somewhat soon, honestly.
So this is also interesting to see that we've got the same thing going on in GT4 where so Raza and Padberg obviously are you would think our race leader. But we've got Quinton Smith and Nause Schleter that have not made a pit. They're doing a long stint, and they're probably not going to take tires.
Yeah,
so it's another thing to look out for. Once Quinton Smith, a very really quick driver here, also Nause Schleter, they're going to come out, close. I just don't know which direction it would go.
So I got some good math for you. So we got Quinn Smith lapping currently at last lap at a 1:37.3, and Ollie Raza lapping at a 1:36.4. So lapping a whole second of a lap faster on those new tires.
Yeah, and Raza's a super quick driver, so I'm not surprised. He likes to just keep that pace up the entire time.
Yeah, I would imagine we will see him getting that undercut. But we'll see.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's a short pit here, so you're not looking at like a lot of extra time, just driving. I mean, it's really just 30 seconds plus I don't know, I might guess 10 seconds plus, just to get the pit done. But it's not like any kind of long pit exit, right? So there's gonna be it's gonna be close. I just don't know how close.
Yeah, Eric Miller as well here, doing a similar strategy. Currently, with the GT3 field, we see Dan Tesaro yet to pit. Actually, most of these guys have not pit yet up in the top, the faster drivers.
Yeah, and that just shows you there's different strategies going on, right? I mean, obviously, Raza and Padberg, some fast drivers deciding to pit and take tires. And then, up here we have in the GT3 class, we've got the leaders, the split two leaders have already pit. Well, I shouldn't say that Provolone is pit, but Miller has not. So two different strategies there.
Yeah, and as we see here as well, two different strategies from the Country Club Porsche cars here, except I think Delbeck is on a little bit better strategy than Gabe, and currently a lap ahead, which is always a good strategy over, well, anyone.
Looks like Miller's making a pass on Versosa. Well, he's thinking about it. Telling him I'm a little bit of a dummy, but it looks like he's trying to get it done.
A bit further back here, we see Diego Mastachero trying to make the move onto I'm Not Jimmy, trying to take the long way around. Gonna go for the switchback here onto the start-finish straight. Catches the gravel, though. That's gonna cancel any momentum he had. Alejandro making a move on Gabe. Oh, wait. No, wait. Is it the other way around? No, I think, yeah, Alejandro is making a move on Gabe, yes.
Yeah, using the Mercedes, that's a nice pass.
And Carlos Guzman as well. Wait, that's Anthony Macho Camacho battling with Carlos Guzman. Carlos Guzman, I would imagine, will get by fairly quickly here. Macho still yet to pit. Guzman pit much earlier than him.
Yeah, so it looks like Eric Miller was able to make the move on Versosa.
Oh no, and I think we see the Country Club racing cars come together? Delbeck and Carnes? Wait a second. No, they...
Oh.
What the heck happened? How did they manage that? So we see Delbeck lose it, and then I guess like Gabe. No, there was no contact. Gabe just thought that his line was absolutely brilliant and thought that driving onto the gravel was the right thing to do, which isn't the right thing to do.
Well, I mean, that happens, right? Sometimes it's like, you've ever been horseback riding where you're just following the ass in front of you?
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely it. You're locked in tunnel visioned on the car in front of you, and you're following where he brakes, you brake, and unfortunately, He broke a little too late there.
It's something in sim racing that actually is noteworthy. That you get tunnel vision with the car in front of you.
Lucas, thank you very much for the follow. Jose here pressuring. Carlos is off. What is happening to Carlos this race? He was leading this race at one point, and that's Ollie Raza, I think, in the Porsche there, as he gets by and he just bottoms out. And
he caught the curb and
all traction. Carlos, man, once our race leader has gone down and is still, I guess he's only one position off the race lead if you cover up the one. But for P11, not quite what you want to see from him.
Looking at our GT3 field, and as you would expect, they're all starting to get their final pits in, because the GT3s they can't go quite as far as the GT4s can on tires and fuel. So we've only got Quentin Smith and Mr. Professor Penotis out there that haven't pit. And I'm curious to see where they come out.
Yeah, they're on that fuel-saving strategy. GT3 is obviously a lot more hungry than the GT4, with bigger engines, more combustion. But bigger isn't always better. Well, bigger's typically, well, never mind. Tanner Masters here, having a bit of a scrap with Jose, or that's, excuse me, I think that was Diego Mostachero in the back markers. They were battling probably a little bit more than he wanted to. The Maserati getting out of the way nicely. Moffitt is currently chilling in P2, yet to pit. He's about a second off the pace of Dan Tesaro. Last lap lapping at a 129.9, and actually Dan Tesaro lapping at a 130.9. So lapping about a second a lap faster, and with the pace right now. Actually, 129.4 there from Dan Tesaro last lap, and a 129.8 once again from Moffitt. So Moffitt lapping very consistently. Dan Tesaro must have had a little bit of an error there, which allowed him to catch up.
We've got Reggie King here, right on Kate's bumper, and that's going to be a good spot for him. Reggie King here is looking to jump into a podium spot in the championship.
Yeah, let's see here, as though Reggie King, can he get this move done for P8 here on the Porsche? These Country Club Racing Porsches have been a menace to overtake.
Yep, that menace is fair.
Whoa! That's not quite what he wanted to do. He almost made contact, but he didn't. And wow, we almost see contact again from Jose Guzman and Anthony Macho Camacho. The Guzmans, this is just not their race. Versosa trying to take that podium position from Eric Miller here. See here, Jason Provolone is the first of the GT3s yet to pit, currently 27 seconds down from Delbeck. So we will see here. Delbeck honestly might be on the better, or excuse me, Tesaro or Versosa and whatnot. I think they might be on the better strategy here. As well, Moffitt looking to be on a decent strategy here.
Looks like so Provolone would jump a couple positions if they pit now, because that's only 20 seconds back. So essentially, when they pit, Provolone's looking at be in second or third.
When
I'm
we
just trying to figure out this pit strategy, and it's very close.
Oh, and this AMG really in an awkward spot right now for these two drivers. Matthew Haight made a bit of an error in that Porsche, which gave Reggie King the opportunity to go for an overtake, and then unfortunately a backmarker showed up out of nowhere, which kind of spoiled the party.
Just saying hello.
Man, these drivers love the gravel today.
Yeah, Sector 2 gravels. There to be had in this track here.
They might need to refill it after this.
So we've got our race leader in GT4 has yet to pit.
Yeah, the only one yet to do so?
I'm just looking, yeah, but that's, yeah, so essentially he's looking at, really he's going to be about third or fourth.
So looking like that long strategy not quite paying off for Quinn Smith then.
Yeah, maybe third. I'm just, if he goes a splash and dash, it's still going to cost him 20 seconds at least, right? So it's going to be, yeah. So he may still podium, and that's going to be a fun time to see where he comes out. Quentin Smith, a smart and really quick driver here.
Reggie King now trying to get that position. Matthew Haight, great defender so far. Seamus, of course, who doesn't want to race? I always want to race. See a lot of cars getting involved in this little area here. Tanner Masters, I think, on the inside there. Carlos Guzman on the outside, or Jose Guzman, excuse me. Tanner is going to hold that position for right now and make a move on to Anthony Macho Camacho. These three, this is all for position here.
Everybody given plenty of room. Look at that.
Yeah.
Almost too careful. That's good though. Good news.
Coming down the start-finish straight once again now. Lapping 132 for them, 131's behind. Yeah, Anthony comes in. Other drivers, Versosa, Eric Miller, all staying out so far. Reggie King has come in the pits and still battling with Matthew Haight. Yeah, I know exactly, Naltak. You're totally 100% right there. Pit strategy is very dependent on traffic here. If you hit traffic at the wrong time, you can lose a ton of time. And Reggie King getting impatient.
Outside.
Can't make it stick.
Yeah, really difficult, but you know what? They were safe. It's a really hard place to go through side by side. It was good racing.
I don't think Reggie King's done yet. It's not quite going to work, though.
No, he's not done. He's gonna have to find another way around if he can get it.
Yeah, so far Matthew Haight doing a great job defending. Running a bit wide here, though. This might give an opportunity, actually, to the KFC car, but I think covering that gap, yeah, there's no way.
But you can't pass on the outside of turn one, so
yeah,
he does the right thing and just settles in.
Runs wide even a little bit. That's going to hamper his progress, and he's going to get overtaken by Carlos Guzman. As a result, potentially,
this is going to be tight.
Forces himself ahead there.
And it looks like he's going to keep it.
Keep it for now. See if Carlos, well, either can stay on the track or overtake him. Well.
Yeah, there you go. Just up on the grass. That's
yeah.
All it seems.
Carlos looks like his pressures, T's and P's are off tonight. Something's up with his temperatures and pressures. Not sure what. Yellow flag from Eric Gakassian coming together with Niall Schlieder. I think that is. GT3 and GT4 coming together. What happened here?
Oh, just clipped him on the rear bumper. Just a little clip. Tippity tap tap.
Yeah, I don't know whose fault that was. From first view, that one's really hard to judge.
When it happens that quick like that, because he didn't mean it, right? He was trying to avoid him. He just clipped the back bumper.
Yeah. No, that didn't look intentional whatsoever. And a bit of a racing incident.
So what kind of times are we looking at for GT3s now?
GT3 is currently Dan Tesaro lapping last lap at a 129.4. Man is putting something in his Wheaties that I have no idea what, but he is absolutely blisteringly fast here. And we see more reasonable pace from Justin Moffat at a 130.0. Okay. And
8s and 9s is like where I would expect race pace to be for this is essentially a sprint race. And let's see. And what about GT4s?
GT4s currently Quinn Smith lapping last lap at a 136.4, Ollie Raza at a 136.6, and Padberg at a 136.2.
So Quentin Smith's, yeah, it's working out for him. I don't know. They would have to see where he actually started. I don't know that it's...
Dan Tesaro in the pits. It's our race leader. Nemesis, welcome. Sosa, Eric Miller, Justin Moffat, all yet to pit yet. Justin Moffat probably going to be blasting in as fast a laps as he can now and getting ready to pit. 15 minutes left to go. Not much time on the clock. No pit window though, so.
But it goes to show you that they're still putting in good times. Both GT3 and GT4, so they're still putting in good times. You can do it on one set of tires, and I think it's really just whether if you trust that the weather's not going to change and you're going to be nice to the tires, because you can really do it on one set. But I don't know. I mean, there's other, even like Ali Raza, right? He's going to lap a second faster for 30 minutes of the race. That's something to consider for the guys at the front. But it's really close. It's really you can go either way.
Dan Tesaro coming out of the pits in traffic. You can see he wants to get by so bad, almost making contact there with Daniel Versosa. Where did I get Ricardo Sapien? He is in this race. Okay.
So we got Tesaro in the pit. Well, he's already pit. He made his pot. So we got Moffat in the pit now.
Yeah, we'll see where Moffat comes out. Last lap, he actually, well, not last lap, but the lap before this one, he lapped a 129.7. So he was using the rest of those tires before he went into the pits to cool them down. And coming out, he is still in the lead. Justin Moffat, our race leader, to Eric Miller. He's a race leader by a mile. By a country mile. Dan Tesaro must have got caught up in some abysmal traffic or either missed his pit box or something there. Moffat, though, looking like he's going to retain the race lead.
There you go. I mean, that's so obviously he didn't take anything. It's just he just went into the pit, up and down, just and it's a very short pit, so it's a great strategy for this track.
Yeah, Dan Tesaro only pit a lap earlier though, and they were right with each other. So I think there was a bit of an error from Dan Tesaro. Not sure what. We see flashing lights, massive cluster of cars here. Too much to digest. Eric Miller, though, and Dan Tesaro.
Yeah.
Eric Miller fighting this really hard. He still has yet to make a pit stop. Dan Tesaro pushing back to that second place right now. Reggie King, yellow flag. He's facing the wrong way at the pit entry. Has to rejoin the track. What happened here? Making a move down the inside. We see the Country Club Racing Porsche. Oh, and they just make a little bit of contact. He makes heavy contact with the barrier and spins around, facing the wrong way on track.
Looks like he turned in on him a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to say because that kind of is going back to the racing line at some point, but, you know, I couldn't tell from that one look. Dan Tesaro, though, 18 seconds off of Justin Moffitt. Justin Moffitt has a very comfortable cushion and a lot of lapped cars in between him. Barring a safety car and then letting the lapped traffic through, I don't see Dan Tesaro catching up.
No, he's absolutely skilled it. There's only 11 minutes left. He's absolutely skilled this race.
I know we got some Moffitt fans in chat, so they're probably absolutely loving that. Daniel Versosa here looking like he's going to... Actually, he won't sneak onto the podium because he is as well has to make a pit stop. But Jason Provolone, 15 seconds back. He definitely will take that spot after the pit stops come through. Don't you put... That's why you guys have been so quiet. Fair enough. Now, Moffitt, though, has 10 minutes. He should be able to hold this one together. 18 seconds.
So we got Quentin Smith in the pits right now. So...
Currently...
We should take a look at him and see where he comes out.
Oh my!
He may come out just looking for a podium position.
He came out and almost made contact with Eric Gakasian there on the rejoin, but yeah, he's still on that podium position right now. Currently quite a bit ahead of the P3, actually. He's about 26 seconds ahead of Niall Schluter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so there you go. It's on the border. It's good. It's really a great format that they're racing here because you can go either way. Obviously, one's going to be better than the other depending on the track or the situation. Obviously, weather mixes everything up, but.
So Dan Tesaro has managed to close down to 14 and a half seconds already. I think Justin Moffitt has been navigating that massive pack of traffic there, which Dan Tesaro is going to run into here very soon. Actually, I don't see any chance of Dan Tesaro catching, barring any mistakes. We see the Guzman brothers here. Not the greatest race from them. Down in P8 and 9, battling for that 8th position. See some lights flashing. Drivers letting each other know where they are. I doubt, though, these brothers are going to let each other through. Yeah, as that gap has closed down to 12 seconds now from Dan Tesaro. I want to have hope, but then I remember that he has a massive pack of traffic to navigate through currently.
Yeah, and 12 seconds is a lot if you don't have traffic.
Yeah. And he has to get through GT3 cars as well, not just GT4 cars in lap traffic.
Yeah, it does equalize things a bit, you know. So even if he was 2 seconds faster, he's not going to be that in this scenario. So.
I want to believe, but I think Moffitt, this might be his first race win here with Trackalicious, if he can manage to hold this. I think we've seen him on the podium a few times, but never in the lead. Yeah, I mean, no. I want to, like, Dan is absolutely, he just put in the fastest lap, last lap, by the way, with a 1:28.1. I don't think he took new tires. Unless he did. Did he take new tires? With, like, 25 minutes remaining?
No, I would have put him too far back. I don't think that's the case. He was towards the front before he pitted, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was our race leader, actually.
Yeah. So that's not the case. He's just. The tires really last that long. The tires are not the problem. So.
Yeah, but he's lapping currently. He's lapping 3 seconds faster than Justin Moffat last lap.
Yeah, well, if we can speculate as much as we can, right?
Yeah, we got 7 minutes to go.
Well, let's speculate a lot. I mean, it's possible that he messed up his tire pressures. He got him right this time. You know, but I don't think. I think it's just some of that. And
oh no!
Just pushing hard. And Justin Moffat sitting 5th in the standings here. So.
Ooh.
This is going to be a really great race for him.
I don't know who was at fault there. I couldn't tell if there was a little bit of moving under braking. Honestly, it looked like neither driver wanted to yield. And there was contact as a result.
In fact, this is going to put Moffat right there in the podium position for the championship.
Well, let's take a quick look at that on the stream. These are the Thursday overall standings. We have the split 1 on the left, split 2 on the right. Justin Beachley in 3rd for split 2. Currently not in this race, I don't think.
No, Beachley's not here tonight, and I think that so Moffat's gonna finish well above King. He's gonna move himself right into at least 3rd position in the standings.
Yeah, and Ali Raza looking to extend his lead even more. But we will see here. Other drivers, Casey Schutte. I think Ricardo Sapien in the pits. Not sure why. Might not have taken enough fuel. Because he already had made his pit stop, I think.
Yeah, it could have been a miscalculation. I am familiar with that.
We've all been there. Yellow flag from Daniel Versosa because he's coming out of the pits, or coming into the pits. Oh, they haven't pit yet. Eric Miller and Daniel Versosa. So actually, I think that he hadn't pit yet.
No, Miller and Versosa need to pit.
Man. So that will put Provolone into that 3rd position there. Still a country mile off from, but Dan Tesaro's 5 seconds behind. He still has the traffic to go through, though.
Like that's a big deal. How is he? He's really cooking at this point.
Oh my goodness, he is in a hurry.
Yeah. Has to put it politely.
last lap lapping at a 1:29.0, Moffat 1:29.8. At this rate, Moffat will still hold the lead.
Yeah. He'll still get it done. But he's got pressure coming.
Yes. Delbeck off the track. What happened here? So he's all on his lonesome. Bit of a self-inflicted error. Too much curb? Yep.
Yep. That's one of those curves where you're just kind of leaning on everything that the car has. And if you touch the curb, it upsets it too much.
Jose. Oh no, Jose. I don't even think we need to do a replay because I think we just saw this one.
Same
oh, curve. And wow. Dan Tesaro almost comes steaming into the back there of Jose. Jose dives out of the way last second. And yeah, now Dan Tizarro is getting hit with that traffic, I think, because he is 4 seconds behind, and he's staying 4 seconds behind, and has Carlos Guzman to overtake for lap traffic, and Carlos Guzman is no slouch. But there's only one car in between these two at this point. So Dan Tizarro is literally on demon time.
This has been a great race, actually, and the way that this stands right now, we may be looking at a new leader.
Yeah, we might be looking at a last lap showdown for sure here, where we're gonna have about 2 more laps left.
What I'm interested in here is Miller getting past Versosa, because actually, if he doesn't, it looks like Provolone's gonna take the lead in the championship.
Oh, interesting. Still with, I think, 2 more races to go.
Yeah, with 2 more races to go. So this stuff is starting to matter a little bit more.
And I also can show that. We can see all of the upcoming league races. Well, yeah, leagues. These are all of our leagues, yes.
Yeah, we've still got what is it? Indianapolis and Hungaroring coming up for this series. That's it. That's the end.
Yeah. So each driver will be participating in the GT3 and the GT4 car one more time each.
And he's right on him. If you go back.
Yeah, it's Carlos Guzman here making a move on to Eric Kassian. And then Eric Miller making a move. There's just 2 moves going on at the same time. So, like, I can't...
He got it done.
He did get it done very... That was textbook.
He got it done.
Carlos, not quite, though. Wait, that's Dan Tizarro in the middle of that scrap, too. This is Dan Tizarro trying to get by Carlos Guzman at this point so he can catch the leader of Justin Moffett. 1.5 seconds. He has 1 lap to do it. Wide goes Eric Kassian. Round goes Carlos Guzman. Dan Tizarro, 2.5. Last lap, lapping 1 second faster than Justin Moffett. 1:30.0 from Dan Tizarro, 1:39 from Justin Moffett. Jose Guzman is off. We'll stick with this battle here for the race lead for now. In fact, we'll jump on board with him. And we'll see here. Does he have the pace? He has half of a lap, not even, to do it. I don't think he can do this at this point. But 1 mistake is all it takes from Justin Moffett to lose that race lead at this point.
If he nails this, I think he's got it.
He's taken a very safe line indeed. Yeah. He does not want to mess this up. He knows all he has to do is keep it between the lines and keep it on the tarmac. But here we go, rounding the final corner now. Justin Moffett is going to hold that position for the race lead. Lovely strategy. Dan Tizarro, with an absolutely insane charge through the field, had a 20-second gap coming out of the pits and managed to close that within 20 minutes. Jason Provolone here is going to be soon finishing here for that 3rd position. Other drivers still battling here. Daniel Versosa with Eric Miller.
Yeah, and Miller finishing 4th, so they are neck and neck. That's essentially tied for the lead in split 2.
And Versosa making a move on to Eric Miller, actually, a little bit there. A little deep from Miller. Versosa, though, I don't think is going to be able to get it done. Be a race to the checkered, but I think Eric will be winning that one for that P4 position. Matthew Haight. It's a nice country club racing tee. Now Schlieder will be the last one to come across the line here for P17 in that number 37 Porsche.
Yeah, no, I'm not having the best race tonight, but a competitor out there. Bucknam too ran into trouble. Mid-race.
Shout out to Provolone for driving the Lambo. Yeah, Provolone as well with a podium. Very nice drive from him. And there we see Niall Schlieder finishing the race. And actually, wait, no, those guys have already finished the race, yeah. Right? Yeah, Versosa, yeah, okay. They've finished the race. Why are we not going back to the pits yet? I don't know. Everyone's done, so let's work on this interview thing. Oh, wow. Everyone's way ahead of the game. Eric, look at you. Lovely. Welcome.
Oh, it's a party.
Yeah, welcome, everyone. Dan and Padberg, Moffat joining us, Ali Raza. First off, we'll start with Justin Moffat, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Great race. Is this your first race win, Trackalicious?
No, I won at Watkins.
I knew that. This is your second race win
My
with
second
Trackalicious.
win. Yes.
See, I told you.
You were on it. Yeah, it was fun. The only reason I was able to pull it out is because I knew Tez had pressure loss in his tires and was going to change tires, so I did change tires.
Oh.
So he almost caught me anyway.
I told
Yeah.
him all the secrets and it down to myself.
Exactly. My tires were pretty good. My times were barely falling off. So I was like, forget it. I'm just going to go for it. And then back markers kind of got in my way, but that's all right.
Dan was on absolute demon time that race. I mean, towards the end there, dude, you had a 20-second gap coming out of the pits, and you managed to close that in like 18 minutes.
One more lap and he had me. He was on me in the last lap.
One more corner and he would have had you.
Yeah. That's
Two more
cool, though.
corners.
It was
to be
fun.
fair.
Yeah, but still.
That's why I went for it. I do want to apologize to Masachero because I totally super sent it in the second to last hairpin there. Blasted into him. I was trying to take advantage of to stay with Tez. I sent it and I shouldn't have. So sorry, bud. Take any penalty I get.
The race win's worth it all. Ollie Raza, nice job for that third position. Right? No.
I didn't get there.
You won.
First.
Yeah, I
Right.
knew that. Duh, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, essentially third, but you know.
So we'll wait. Who got third? Oh, it was Provolone. Where the heck's Provolone?
Provolone's
see.
having microphone issues.
All right, fair enough. Then we'll move on to the GT4 crowd. Ollie Raza, great drive. I don't even think you had a bit of racing going on though.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. It was in the night time. There's a lot of back marker traffic and GT3s coming in. So I knew that the strategy would be not to change tires because it's in the nighttime. I doubt the tires would fall off. So that's what I did, and it worked out. I just made sure I didn't crash or get into any incidents, and it worked out.
But you had an early pit stop, so you didn't change tires, but
I did half and half fuel,
So
basically.
you just
So,
so you just jumped in for half fuel. Okay.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're splitting hairs there. That's really good strategy. Yeah, that's great. Because
Yeah,
I was
thank
thinking that the tires would not fall off, but and you know, even on a hot track, the tires will just start to fall off. You know, in these 75-minute races. But that's really good. You know, so how long does it take? It's probably 10 seconds or so, right? Just to fuel up again. That's great.
It was for me. It was 12 seconds. Yeah, the fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tires didn't fall off. Like in a clean lap, I was doing like high 35s in the second stint, and in the first stint, I was like low 35s. So I was only losing like half a second. It's not that bad.
Yeah. You find that like getting around the traffic actually it kind of it's easier on the tires because there's traffic out there. So it's
That's true because you have to slow down. You're not on the limit all the time.
yeah, that's a great strategy. Yeah, good race, man. That's
Thank
perfect.
And then last but not least, Padberg.
Hey, what's up?
How was your race?
It was running pretty good up until I accidentally hit to pit for tires. So if it wasn't for that, I'm sure I probably would have won. But you know, it's mistakes. So
Fair enough. Oh, the new tires for the GT4 definitely the wrong strategy then. Proven from Padberg.
yeah, I mean they were fast. I was catching Ollie. It's just there was not enough time.
But well, I mean, if it's close, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if you got to make up 5 or 10 seconds, it's not worth it. But
Yeah, I did. I would have had to catch up 20 seconds.
yeah, okay,
So
yeah. So it's not
I
worth
think
it.
I got down to like 12.
That's a bit of work.
But
Awesome.
in any case, it was a very clean race. I mean, there was some off tracks because of the first sector is a little bit hairy for some drivers to get through without touching the dirt. But yeah, clean race, good fun.
And Eric, do you have anything you would like to end on? Drivers, you're all dismissed. Thank you very much, everyone, unless you guys have anything you want to say.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good
just
race,
want to
everybody.
remind everybody two quick things. So our friends over at Box 3 are doing their anniversary race at Spa. So go out and check that out on Saturday. And then a week from Saturday, the Trackalicious Box 3 949 Endurance Championship is starting with a 6 hours at Donington. So 50 cars registered, 6 hours of racing. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Really excited for it. Starts noon Eastern, and it's going to be an absolute riot. So tune in for that.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining, and thank Mike I guess I'm Mike, but also thank other Mike, Mike Berkhof, for joining me tonight in the booth. And Eric, thank you for putting this on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. We'll get it worked out. I know it's a technical stuff, but
Yeah, no, all good. And to everyone else, I hope you guys have a good night. Let's have a raid here. Let's send it. Here is the boy live. No, Mike Clutch isn't live. Here is Nate gonna keep streaming. Let me ask him. He's not in here anymore. All right. Well, that means he's probably gonna keep streaming then. But we'll see in a second. Oh yeah, he's. We're gonna send it over to Nate Lamlin.
let's do it.
He's gonna keep racing. Make sure you guys go check him out. Nate, awesome guy. Was racing here tonight. But hope everyone has a great night, and I will see you guys on Sunday.